The ancient Greek philosopher Epicurus believed that to achieve happiness, people do not need extravagant pleasures. Expensive travels, hoarding money and possessions, or pursuing political power do not bring lasting satisfaction. On the contrary, they often make us crave more, consuming time and energy, sometimes even at the cost of our ethics. Epicurus chose a very simple life. He ate bread and cheese, drank diluted wine, and spent time philosophizing with friends. Simple pleasures that brought true peace. For him, happiness was not about owning much, but about knowing sufficiency and appreciating little. This perspective laid the foundation for a lifestyle philosophy frequently echoed in modern times: minimalism. In a society that constantly encourages consumption and accumulation, Epicurus's thoughts offer a challenging viewpoint. They remind us that happiness doesn't have to be expensive. What we truly need can be very simple, like a modest meal, a meaningful conversation, or the peace that comes from not chasing after anything. For Epicurus, true wealth is being content with little, not possessing much. Today, minimalism is a popular term appearing in many fields. In music, it manifests as simple melodies with few layers but rich emotions. In art, minimalism uses basic shapes and minimal colors to create elegance. In modern life, more people adopt minimalist living by reducing clutter and removing unnecessary things to find relief in their souls. Across these fields, minimalism shares a common theme: using the least to achieve the most, whether it's artistic beauty, mental tranquility, or a comfortable living space. But the question remains, can we apply this principle to life in general? Can a minimalist life, without many luxuries or high demands, bring true happiness? We live in a world where success is often measured by income, fame, or luxury possessions. But does that equal happiness? If we can live fully and contentedly with the basics, like a cozy home, simple food, and genuine relationships, might that be a new kind of wealth? Minimalism offers a different path. Happiness lies not in how much we have, but in how much we need to feel satisfied. Living simply, not to lack, but to free ourselves from the pressure to possess, and learning to enjoy life's true values. What does true wealth mean? Is it owning money, assets, or power? Many seemingly wealthy people live anxious lives, constantly fearing loss. They always want more but never feel enough. Many rich people feel distant from the rest of society, the ones without financial privilege. They may sit atop material wealth, but pay with stress, distrust, and isolation. Busy maintaining or expanding wealth, they lose simple but precious things: rest, family, and friendship, the core of happiness for Epicurus. Excessive work harms not just the mind, but health too. Studies in the American Journal of Industrial Medicine show working over 40 hours a week long-term increases heart disease risk. Similarly, research in the Journal of Occupational and Environmental Medicine links working over 45 hours weekly for 10+ years to higher cardiovascular risks. Clearly, the cost of relentlessly chasing wealth is high. So what is true wealth? Perhaps it is not making lots of money, but knowing enough to have health, time, and presence in life's simplest moments. Not all wealthy people overwork, nor do all overworked become rich, but there is a connection. In The Way of Chuang Tzu, Thomas Merton shares Taoist philosopher Laozi's views on what society values and despises. According to Zhuangzi, society praises money, fame, longevity, and achievements. Meanwhile, poverty, low status, disgrace, and early death are seen as failures. After 2,000 years, these values remain unchanged. People still chase what society esteems and panic when losing or missing them. This endless pursuit causes many to lose inner peace. Zhuangzi said, "People worry about life so much they cannot enjoy it, and this worry causes their suffering." The wealthy sometimes live in constant pressure, enslaved by their own possessions. They cease to be masters of their lives, caught in a cycle of work, spend, accumulate, worry. Zhuangzi noted many rich people make their own lives miserable. They chase money and status, working non-stop to gain more, even though they don't use what they have. They become estranged from themselves, drained like slaves serving others. But ironically, those others are their own bottomless greed. This raises the question, is the philosophy of work hard, play hard really worth it? If the play doesn't compensate for the work, does that life truly bring joy? If we reject society's prized things, money, fame, power, will we fall into poverty and misery? Or is there another path? A lifestyle based on simple, low-cost pleasures that still bring satisfaction and happiness? That question leads to minimalism, a way to rediscover the value of ordinary things and enjoy life without paying with time, health, or peace. American philosopher Henry David Thoreau exemplified minimalism. Living 2 years at Walden Pond, he stayed in a small cabin with just essential furniture, close to nature. He documented this in his famous book, Walden. Thoreau believed the more we get used to luxury, fine wine, expensive travels, convenience, the easier it is to lose appreciation for simplicity. Once addicted to costly pleasures, ordinary life feels dull and unsatisfying. He likened trading Paris for his rural village as a bad deal, believing true value lies in the familiar and close. Thoreau warned that chasing luxury wastes money and erodes our ability to enjoy simple joys that surround us. He thought pursuing luxury creates dependence. The fancier the pleasures, the more bland simple joys become, like home-cooked meals, village scenery, or neighborly talks. This dependence not only drains money, but dulls our capacity for happiness in the simplest things. Some don't even truly enjoy what they pursue. They love the feeling of, this is expensive and fancy, not the experience itself. Thoreau, in contrast, chose to enjoy nature's beauty, the feelings from walks or watching birds in the countryside. He wrote, "The richest person is one who finds joy in the cheapest things. To him, only by cherishing where we belong can we understand life's true value." For Thoreau, travel should help us love home more, not escape it. True wealth lies in contentment, not in possessions. Wealth shouldn't be defined by what we own, but by the ability to be satisfied with what we have. Those with endless desires are poor, while those who know enough and live peacefully are truly rich. Epicurus said, "To make a person happy, don't add to his possessions, but subtract from his desires." So what are the cheap pleasures that bring real happiness? The answer varies by person, since joy is subjective, and what's cheap depends on one's situation. Many philosophers argue simple pleasures, like reading, walking in nature, or chatting with friends, not only cost little, but provide deeper, longer-lasting satisfaction than material indulgences. 19th century writer and thinker Robert Chambers praised reading as a nearly free way to enjoy both intellectual and spiritual pleasure. He believed nature endowed humans with the ability to be content with what is wholesome, refined, and low cost. The key is learning to restrain desires to appreciate those things.